Her possessive bully, out of this world alien romances. Written by Lacey Carter Andersen. Narrated by Nikki Brereton.
Prologue. Journal entry of Dr. Frederick Kent. Patient number 436, otherwise known as Erin Stowe, has survived against all odds. However, as noted with the very few other survivors, she was left with unusual abilities. In her case, the ability to go into the dreams of others. I can't help but wonder if it would have been better to let her die. Even though we live in a world with species of varying unique abilities, humans were not equipped to deal with this kind of power. I have no doubt that this gift of hers will ultimately become her curse. And like many of the others before her, it will somehow lead to her death. Perhaps I was cruel to delay the inevitable. End of prologue. Nightmare Hunter, Chapter 1. Erin's private spacecraft touched down in the shipyard with a familiar groan. She swung her booted feet off the oversized chair in front of her and pressed her palms against the window. A few people outside had turned to stare in her direction, their expressions curious. There goes any hope of suddenly arriving at the academy. And all because my dad just has to travel in style. Yeah, the small craft moved faster and smoother than most, but just the sight of it would tell everyone that someone uncommonly wealthy and powerful traveled inside. Which is exactly the opposite of what I want. She leaned back in her chair and regarded her father. If I have any hope of keeping my identity a secret, I'll have to deal with him. But how? Taking a deep breath, she tried to keep her tone light. It might be better if you waited in the ship. Her father lowered his computer interface, one brow raised in annoyance. Do you think I traveled with you all the way here simply to, how did you put it? Wait in the ship? Disappointment flared. A parent would have understood that an adult child deserved independence. But the man who sat in front of her wasn't a parent. Not exactly. Even on one of the most important days of her life, it was the commander escorting her to the academy, not her father. She should have known the moment he donned his deep blue uniform.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?